welcome to the deep dive. Today we're kicking off a really interesting botanical journey. It's one that actually starts right in someone's backyard, so to speak. You know, if you've ever looked at a plant in your collection and thought, what is this thing? Well, you're definitely going to connect with this. Our focus for this deep dive is a plant called Blue Porterweed. Pretty intriguing name.
Yeah, it is. And our mission here is really to dig into the key insights, maybe some surprising facts, about this blue porterweed. We're drawing directly from these incredibly detailed notes from someone named Eng. It's a fantastic firsthand account. Eng has been, personally growing and researching this plant, so it gives us a great window into identification, cultivation, the whole process.
Right. And Eng's notes, they start with something I think loads of us gardeners can relate to, which is figuring out what you've actually got. Maybe something you found, something from a store.
Yeah.
Eng really went detective mode here. They even used local e-commerce sites, which is clever, to finally ID this species, Stachytarpheta Jamaicensis. Bit of a mouthful.
Definitely is.
Or Blue Porterweed. Much easier. It's like a classic garden mystery they solved.
So, okay, let's get into Eng's actual findings. The first thing that jumped out at me from their notes was just how, tough this plant seems. Hardy, drought-tolerant, pest-resistant. I mean, that sounds almost too good to be true sometimes, doesn't it?
It does sound great on paper.
So what did Eng find about how it pulls that off?
Well, this is where it gets interesting, the nuance, right? Eng did observe it's generally resilient, yeah. But its ability to really handle drought, that actually seemed to depend quite a bit on the specific potting soil they were using and how often it got watered. So stepping back, what Eng's notes really show is that even with these general labels like drought tolerant, you still need to understand the plant's specific situation, its actual needs, where it's growing. It's never quite one size fits all in gardening, is it? No, absolutely not. That detail about the soil and water really underlines the depth Eng went into.
Very cool. Okay, so beyond just being tough, what did Eng find out about its, physical characteristics, how it might look in a garden?
Right. Well, Eng describes blue porterweed typically as an herbaceous perennial or maybe a shrub, and it can get surprisingly tall. We're talking like 2 to 2.5 meters.
Wow, really? That's taller than me.
Yeah. So Eng points out this makes them, and I quote, excellent choices for background planting. Gives you some height at the back of a border.
Okay, so it's got presence. It's not just tough. It can be a real feature. What about its structure, like the leaves? What do they look like?
Yeah, good question. That gets into the plant's morphology, how it's put together. Eng observed the leaves are usually arranged opposite each other. So in pairs right on the stem. And the shape can vary a bit, sometimes more like egg-shaped, ovate, other times more stretched out, kind of elliptic. These details, they really add up to the plant's overall look and feel in the garden. Helps you picture how it would fit in. Okay. Now, gardening's never just sunshine and roses, right? Eng gave a pretty balanced view, mentioning some downsides they observed too. They noted the flowers are actually relatively small. And interestingly, they seem quite vulnerable to strong winds. Apparently, the wind can make them wilt within a few days. So a little bit fragile there, maybe, despite its overall toughness.
Exactly. And that observation actually leads straight into some practical advice Eng figured out. To get a bushier appearance, Eng found that blue porterweed is best planted in groups.
Okay. So not just single plants dotted around.
Right. It suggests that if you're aiming for that full, dense look rather than just thin individual stems, planting them together is really the way to go. It's about managing the plant to get the aesthetic you want,
Makes sense. Thinking about the visual impact. And, what I find really exciting is that Eng's journey with this plant isn't over. The notes show they're actually digging deeper now, looking into things like seed harvesting and optimal propagation methods.
Yep.
It just really shows that learning about even one plant can be this ongoing process. Always more to figure out.
Absolutely. It's a continuous discovery.
So reflecting on Eng's journey with the blue porterweed.
Yeah.
What have we learned here? We've walked through their notes, seen its surprising hardiness, its potential for real height, great for background planting, as you said, and also those specific care points, like grouping them together if you want that bushier look.
Yeah, and I think ultimately Eng's whole experience here, starting with just identifying a mystery plant, then understanding its specific needs, and now even looking into how to propagate it, it just really showcases how diving deep into even a single type of plant can unlock so much practical knowledge. And it just fuels more curiosity, doesn't it?
It really does. It makes you think, doesn't it? So here's something for you to ponder. What botanical mystery, maybe in your own garden or even just in your local park, might you want to unravel this week?